파서 예매매 샵소 막서디 동네 다가 되기 상두가 빠디 다시 될래죠
Mostly the system is Tibetans who escape from Tibet, they come to India through Nepal. And once they are recognized by UNHCR, Human Rights for Refugees, once they recognize these Tibetans as refugees seeking asylum, when they are given that paper by UNHCR, a recommendation for asylum. They can seek asylum in Nepal, or they can, because most of them are intending to come to India to seek asylum, so they go to the Indian Embassy in Kathmandu, and in that office they are given 6 months permission to travel to India for 6 months, and what is called it's what we call the white paper. It's physically, it's a kind of a white paper, and there it gives the details of the person, where he came from, on what date, what his name and details and every other thing. And then he's asked, why do you want to come to India? Is it for pilgrimage, for education, or asylum? And most Tibetans say they are coming to India to seek asylum, to live in India. And some, they say they have come to India to study only, or some for pilgrimage. And to live in India, all of us have kind of an identity card called registration certificate. It's called RC, and on the registration certificate it's written foreigners registration for Tibetans, and it's issued by Government of India, which says that you are these details, your name, age, where you're living, these are your details, and you are presently residing in India. And your validity to stay in India is 1 year. When you come to the end of that year, then you can renew your stay in the district in which you have registered to be residing. So every day, number of people ranging from 50 to 100 people go down there, get themselves, renewed their stay in India. Sometimes the relationship is worse, so therefore the local police a little more stringent and make it tight and difficult. And some places the relationship is better, and also some Tibetans feel that it's just 1 year. I can, if my date is getting expired in 15 days, actually the Government of India says that within 15 days before the at the end of your date, you can renew your stay.
गवर्नमेंट का जॉब है, बस यही है
और कुछ नहीं है।
अच्छा, अब इसका थोड़ा सा बने है ना शायद।
और आपको रिन्यूअल करने में कुछ प्रॉब्लम होता है?
बार बार जाना पड़ता है, बाकी कुछ नहीं।
ये कांगड़ा
जैसे बैजनाथ जाना पड़ता है।
बैजनाथ, अच्छा। तो क्या करते हैं उधर, मतलब क्या पूछते हैं आपसे?
जाना है, बस रिन्यू करना है,
बस, और कुछ नहीं।
हम हर साल जाते रहते ना, और भी सब जान पहचान हो गया।
सर ये लोग जो हैं वो अकॉर्डिंग एज टू कंपेयर हिमाचली बहुत अच्छे हैं। जब इनको पता है कि हमारा आर्थिक परसों एक्सपायर होने वाला, तो ये एक हफ्ता पहले चला जाएगा वहाँ पर, तो उसको बिल्कुल रिन्यू करवाएगा, और जो भी इनके पास डॉक्यूमेंट है वो बिल्कुल क्लियर होगा, नीट एंड क्लीन, बिल्कुल साफ, उसमें कोई दो राय नहीं होता कि एक्सपायर हो चुका है या कुछ ऐसा कुछ नहीं।
हाँ तिब्बतियन अच्छे हैं, वैसे धीरे धीरे हम ये देख रहे हैं कि नेक्स्ट से आगे प्रॉब्लम तो आएगी जी। मेरे व्यूज़ है अपने, मैं ऐसा नहीं कि किसी के व्यूज़ से, वैसे अच्छे लोग हैं अपने ये रहते हैं, मगर आगे जो नेक्स्ट जनरेशन है इनकी, उनकी वजह से शायद प्रॉब्लम आएगी।
कैसी प्रॉब्लम?
प्रॉब्लम ये है फिर वो झगड़ा करते हैं।
अच्छा।
अब ये मेरा ख्याल से अपना राइट भी मांगेंगे, जो यहाँ पैदा हुए हैं वो अपनी सिटीजनशिप मांगेंगे।
जी जी।
ठीक है ना जी। और कईयों ने यहाँ मैरिजें कर ली हैं,
अच्छा,
तो यहाँ के सिटीजन हो गए हैं।
अच्छा अच्छा।
हाँ, कई लड़के भी कर रहे हैं, लड़की भी, हमारे लड़के भी कर रहे हैं या उनकी लड़कियाँ भी कर रही हैं।
अच्छा अच्छा।
तो इस वजह से ये यहाँ भी यहाँ की सिटीजनशिप नेचुरली हो जाएगी ना।
अच्छा।
तो मेरे ख्याल से नेक्स्ट आने वाले टाइम में प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है, क्योंकि मैंने देखा है कि मैक्लोडगंज में मोस्टली ये है तो झगड़े हो रहे हैं आजकल। इनका यंग जो यूथ है दारू पी रहा है, झगड़े कर रहे हैं, एक दो मर्डर भी हुए इनकी वजह से।
अच्छा।
ये थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, क्योंकि शांत है हिमाचल हमारा, बड़ा अच्छा ये है, शांत है, झगड़े से दूर रहते हैं, तो ड्यू टू दिस पर्सन ऐसी चीज़ें जो पैदा हुई हैं।
And people in India also, as Sundula mentioned, like in some of the regional, the officer also don't know they put refugee and all. So how can we expect that all the police in Delhi around, they know about us? You know, even we show our RC, they may like, who are you? Like, you know, and there are many incidents like Tibetan youth educated who give TOEFL, the English, you know, class, this exam, they register with our RC, and there are certain place where Tibetans had did before, you are allowed to sit. But some of my friends who went to a new place, first they accept it. On the middle of exam, you said, stand up. You're not allowed. They don't understand what paper you have. And you're out. Like for 1 hour, you're out. You discuss, you lost your time. You lost your 8,000 rupees for student. So it's really, really hard. You know, if you do this kind of thing.
루셈룽엘메 산뜻하세두 다시 텔레켜
Anyway, for Tibetans, you know, the unique identity, because it is in a way an official document of identity. It helps Tibetans to generally, you know, identify themselves with that people.
Whether like people like us who are born here, whom like we can have Indian citizenship legally, but we are not having it because we feel like being a kind of Tibetan identity is very important for your struggle. So these are like, you know, the how you think, and you having an identity card, which makes, I mean, like a kind of identity card, but then you're still a Tibetan.
Yeah.
That somehow this message goes very well in the community, and of course Dalai Lama himself having that, you know, Aadhaar card makes people like, you know, okay, this is something we can have it.
So did the Dalai Lama say something?
Like he spoke to us for a long time, at least 5 to 10 minutes. Like he told that he was very busy, so he spoke to ADC and our head operations and myself. So he was asking, we were telling about what is this Aadhaar. So he was asking. So we explained him clearly. So he was very happy with that.
सर इनके काम में बहुत मुश्किल होती है क्योंकि इनका जो आंख होता है बहुत छोटा छोटा होता है और जब अगर कोई लड़की है तो उसका आंख अगर आप ऐसे करोगे तो वो थोड़ा बुरा मानेंगे, तो इसलिए पहले पूछना पड़ता है कि आई विल डोंट वरी, तो फिर उनका आंख ऐसे करके उठाना पड़ता है तब जाके फोटो उठा सकते हैं।
Because taking their iris is quite difficult. Because their eyes are this much. So the iris won't come into. So they have to widely open it. We started in 13th of December 2010. After 1 or 2 months, they started coming there. So they told that we also want to get enrolled. So some of them told they are Tibetans. So then we asked like, how come like they have the Indian based thing or not?
So then we approached the DC or ADC. Then fine, he contacted Amitabh Awasthi sir and all. Then they had a discussion with them. Then finally they told we can start for them also because they are residing here. So it's not a problem. It's a good thing to give to them also. Hence we approached through ADC. It has been sent to their parliament, which is in McLeodganj. That is called as the CTA.
They have worked with the when we say the Tibetan community, the leadership is always the Central Tibetan Administration, and which comes in to the executives, the Kashak. And in the Kashak, there are different departments who takes care of different other issues. There is the Department of Home, Health, Education, Religion and Culture, Information, Finance, Security. So it is the Department of Home which deals with these kind of issues and communicates to all the Tibetan refugee camps, to all the Tibetan welfare offices. And all these welfare offices, settlements, refugee camps, all of them come under the administration of Department of Home.
Yeah,